Are we in and on? It's GTV. It's Friday, 24th of June 2011. It's, according to the clock, 13:43. It's early afternoon. Nice day outside, a bit warm. Hear the birds singing, and looking forward to the weekend as always. So today's little topic is again focused on elements of education. I think that in the last program I never really reached a conclusion because so much information to cover didn't really make the points I want to make. So I'm going to try and correct that problem here by getting all the information in before the end. We'll see how it all works out. I talked before about reading, reading in terms of education, reading to your child, how reading can benefit your child. It seems to me more and more that elements of the family are under attack. Under attack, you say? In what way? I mean that the family is being destroyed, essentially. It took me a long time to work this out, basically because I never really thought about it for a while. And then when I started to think about it, it became obvious. The concept of the family is completely under attack. Destroy the family, and you destroy society, in essence. You destroy what is human. Without the mother and father being together, without the at least 2.3 children that you need to balance the population, then it is going to be a problem for anything to get better. And just looking at the media that exists within society, how men are manipulated through sexuality and sexual images, how women are manipulated through the self-consciousness of everything. It's quite shocking. So we're going to look here a little bit at one way that elements of society are using to destroy the family. Because destroy the family, destroy society. You can then, through the synthesis of problem, reaction, solution, then create a new society that you want to build. And as I said, the whole point is to destroy society, starting with the family. And here's one little way of how they do it. A little article here that I picked up from the net, getting a lot of publicity. And when I first read this, it shocked me. It shocked me into silence. Because sometimes I'm left in a situation without words where I don't know what to say about something. Sometimes it's because I don't have the words and I don't have the knowledge and I don't have the language because I myself was attacked through the education I think that I got. I think it was very poor, and I think we need to turn the situation around in terms of education. But here's the article. Spent too long. Okay, so it's about a book. It's a book written by American author Adam Mansbach and illustrated by Ricardo Cortez. Described as a children's book for adults. Warning, 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 that title, children's book for adults. It reached #1 on Amazon.com's bestseller list 1 month before its release. How can you become #1 on a bestseller list 1 month before the release? Is that advance orders or pre-orders? I wish somebody would explain that to me. I'm not quite sure I understand. Thanks to an unintended viral marketing campaign. How can you have an unintended viral marketing campaign? I mean, nothing happens by chance or accident in the media world. I'm not saying that things at other times don't happen by chance or accident. Say like a football match, you can have chance and accidents in the football match. So like going out to a restaurant or a bar, you can have chance meetings or things happen by accident. It happens to me every day as I walk across the square, for sure. But I'm talking about in the area of the business world. Most marketing involves planning, because all marketing involves planning. Marketing is planning. So there. Unintended viral marketing campaign, which consisted of booksellers forwarding PDF copies of a book by email. That was accidental, of course. It takes effort even to do that. When Adam Mansbach's daughter, am I saying that Mansbach? Probably, I think it's right. When Adam Mansbach's daughter Vivian was 2, she would take up to 2 hours to fall asleep. Exhausted and exasperated, one night Mansbach posted a note on Facebook. Oh, advertisement, advertisement. Look out for my forthcoming children's book. Go the fuck to sleep. Following his post, friends of Mansbach responded enthusiastically, so that Mansbach began writing what was then only a hypothetical book. Mansbach had the illustrations for the book done by a friend who was working as an insider in the industry. There you go. The book was subject to an unintended viral marketing campaign. They just said that in the previous paragraph. It's from Wikipedia. Great source of knowledge. While the book was originally scheduled for release in October, blah 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 April, blah 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 bestseller, blah 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 #1. Again, how do they do that? How do you get to #1 before you release the book? In the meantime, the publishing date was moved forward. Publishing, and they ended printing 1,500 advanced copies. That's not the point. Here's a paragraph. A verse. Here's a verse from the book. Here's a verse. The cats nestle close to their kittens now. The lambs have laid down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep. Comment. Sort of derogatory language. I mean, okay, let's look at the word. The word is fuck, right? Do lots of people use the word? Yes, they do. Do I use the word? Yes, I do. Is it a bad word to use? Essentially, in my opinion, it's not really a bad word to use, but you have to use words in their right context. You have the philosophy of take the power back, which is the more that you use the language, the more natural it becomes. Like black people did with the word nigger. Originally, white people used nigger as a derogatory term for black people. Black people started using it. The word lost its power. It's take the power back. So, is it wrong to use this here? Well, you have to look at the idea that they say that they're marketing it for adults, but it's going to filter down to the children. It's unavoidable. Parents are going to put it on the shelf, children are going to pick it up, and they're going to read it. Also, it's looking at a very touchy issue, which is the issue of putting a child to bed, and it's not really looking at ways that could help parents. And is this every parent's reaction, that they want to think like this to their own child, about their own child? Essentially, it's disrespectful, and fundamentally, I think it's wrong, actually. Go the Fuck to Sleep is written as a children's book for adults. You see, adults are now children. That's what they're doing. There's another element there. They want the children to grow up faster, to not learn anything in childhood, to be adults really quickly. And they want the adults to be children. I mean, look at the way the adults are treated. Look at the way the news is presented. Look at the comic book magazines that are now printed for adults. Look at the standard conversations that you will hear between people. Oh, they talk about fashion. Oh, they can talk about sport. They can talk about the weather. They can talk about some TV program that they saw. They can talk about a new song that's released by some new band. Can they talk about anything important at all? Do they have any idea what's happening around about them? A few people do. The wise ones, I suppose. Other people are all planning what they're going to spend their money on because they think that possessions are goods that they can hold, but it's not true. Back to the article. Oh, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I've got 3 pages here, and I'm only halfway down the first page, and I've spent 10 minutes on this already. and I'm not even going to get to making a point. Which is I'm not going to get to make it. While it has the writing style of a classic children's bedtime story, it also includes parents' profanity. Oh, it's parents' profanity. Parents can be profanity. No, wrong. The F-bomb is generously dropped as commentary on the tricks used by the writer's daughter to avoid having to go to bed. Positive initial response on that Facebook post was matched by positive criticism from reviewers. Macy Halford, writing for The New Yorker, said the book is super funny. And the art is perversely sweet, so sweet and genuine that it made me cringe. Like, that's a positive thing. Some of the reviewers chimed in from experience, even quoting some parts of the book. Here's another verse. I know you're not thirsty. That's bullshit. Stop lying. Lie the fuck down, my darling, and sleep. So, I didn't read that very well, but you get the point. She says, oh, it goes on a bit. No fucking shit. It goes on a bit. Inappropriate language. I apologize. Right. Anyway. According to the writer, the frustrations he wrote about are not permissible to talk about, but are completely honest because we don't want to be bad parents. There's a double negative in the last way the last part's written, which just totally misses the point. Okay. Whatever the cause, this is Macy Halford again. She's writing for The New Yorker. Talking about children going to bed, she says, we sit there with it, reading to it, singing to it, distracting it with swirling lights around it until it feels like going to sleep. She goes, it. No, it's a baby, it's a child, it's a he, it's a she. It. I just don't like the way that they're presenting it here. It helps parents to take a step back and laugh at themselves a bit. Oh, really? I mean, humor is how they introduce those new ideas. Oh, it was just a joke. I didn't mean it. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it was just a joke. I didn't actually mean it. If you don't mean it, don't say it. There you go. Then she says, yeah, we're all thinking to ourselves, please go the fuck to sleep. I'm not thinking that when I put my kid to bed. I'm not thinking about that when I put my son to bed. I'm thinking, just come on, chill out, lie down. It's been a long day. Time to relax now, read a little story, and put the child to bed. It chimes a note of solidarity with parents everywhere. Really. Advertisement from Macmillan Children's Publishing coming up because it's a parody of one of their books. What's the point? There's another article here. There's lots of quotes here. I mean, it's advertised in the New Yorker, CNN, and I mean, it's all over the place. A second article that was published, Pastiche children's book tops Amazon's bestseller a month ahead of publication, contains cutesy rhymes with expletive-ridden pleas. It strikes a chord with exhausted parents. It will resonate with anyone who has ever spent 20 minutes just reading a bedtime story. I wish someone had given me this sooner. It's hilarious. There's just huge advertisements for this. They're just preach. It's the essential gift for any parent who lives in the real world, because you don't live in the real world if you actually care and you want to use good language and nice language with your children. It goes on and on and on. Director Werner Herzog, who I really appreciate, is actually doing a spoken word version of this book. Bad news. So is Samuel Jackson, apparently. It's just, the point is that children seem to be treated as problems rather than gifts, and that we have very few good examples in society as it is, and this is just one more example of things just falling apart. Take the divorce rates in Slovakia and the Czech Republic as another example of how people are just leaving the children lost. I'll post some links. Thanks very much.